Welcome to ZeroPage Homebrew, your best source for the newest Atari games. And Erlen and Bad Cats, of course. They know when the stream starts. They are actually very well behaved for the most part till the show starts going. I say the intro and they go nuts.
That's what everyone says about their kids. They're like, they never behave that way at home.
No,
I don't understand.
Beautiful, perfect, fluffy angels.
They just threw sand in some kid's face.
Did them.
They never do that at home.
Today we have a very special show. Today we have an interview with Bob DeCrescenzo.
Yes, we do.
And not only that, we have his brand new game, Bounty Bob Strikes Back for the Atari 7800. I am very, very excited about this. So, get your questions ready for Bob in the chat. Make sure you put question in all capital letters so we see it on the screen so we can pass it on to Bob and ask your questions. But first, I want to thank the Twitch subscribers who help support the show. 8-Bit Poet, Alna for Andre Atari, Armscar Coder, Atari 1974, Atari HBR, Poca, Brunestack, Captain Class, Charles Stoney, Mount Charles Woolen, Chilla, Cole Patch, Sierra Rebo, Diano, Dan, FC Daryl, 1970, Dave M, Delta Falcon S, DJ Lemon Fresh, Dr. Moo, Kowsy, Art Card, Gabba Dev, Great Defender, Grad Trooper, Alders, You, Jan, JG, Johnny W, Computer Coder, Carl G, Caracat, Crocker, 26, Developer, Lambda Express, Matty, 17, Mark, Yanis, Mark Space, Sing, Military, Mick Muse, Mike Soul, Mike Town, Miss Command, MK Smith, Mother, Mr. Fix, Muddy Funster, Nostalgia Pack Rat, skipped one. Nostalgic Patrick, Cohog, our entrance, Raymond, CRC70, Rendered Ghost, Bendis, VG, Revan, Tuller, Ricardo, Pam, Smith, DB, Spiceware, Spinley, Esmer's, D-Train, Tiki Dan K, Teetfos, Team Events, Token Macho, Track MD, Twigger Happy, Tweenie, Vexer, Vintage Gaming Memories, VG, Double Down, and X Ken X. And if you want to support the show and keep these cats,
what is this?
Keep these cats fed in treats and catnip. Oh, so
I remember
cute.
when there was like 4 people.
I know. It's a big, long list.
I personally recommend that we get way more subscribers. So
that just to torture me.
To torture James.
Yeah, I'll take it. Just hit subscribe. It's around there, around your screen somewhere. Or you can just follow us if you don't want to miss a show. I recommend both. There is just one piece of news. I don't want to keep Bob waiting. Very exciting piece of news. Draconian Deluxe was announced 2 days ago to be published by Champ Games.
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend. Daryl Spice Jr.'s games from Spiceware. Draconian is getting an upgrade and a re-release. This is one of my favorite games on the 2600. Awesome space shooter.
Classic game.
Has voice right in it without the Atari Vox. It's a masterpiece. So, the plans for the deluxe version include increase the ROM size from 32 to 64, add save key support for game settings, include higher quality voice samples. They're not high quality in the arcade, but they're getting closer to that quality at least. Enhanced title screen, additional game options, extra level and challenges. It's getting the Champ Games.
That last one is a huge deal, man.
Extra levels.
And challenges.
So if you played the original game, you haven't played this game because there's more levels. Draconian Deluxe is planned for release in the second half of 2025. Available exclusive from Champ Games, both of the physical and digital ROM downloads. So all those people asking for digital ROM downloads.
Here it is.
So, very exciting.
Copy. That's
there you go.
Stuff, man.
Now it's got deluxe on it. Yeah, that's what makes it deluxe because it's from Champ Games and Spiceware.
Yeah,
that combo. That's just too good.
But extra levels, extra challenges.
Yeah,
that's
huge,
what you want. Man. That's what you want.
There's more news, but we can do that during the show because it's related to Mr. DeCrescenzo.
Yes.
So, I would like to welcome to the show an award-winning developer who over the past 20 plus years has given us an innumerable amount of gaming happiness. Probably the most prolific developer of homebrew on the Atari 7800 and single-handedly increased its catalog with dozens of incredible games such as Bentley Bears Crystal Quest. Oh yeah, I have props. Bentley Bears Crystal Quest, Uniwars, Galaxian, and a ton of Pac-Man games, including Baby Pac-Man. Oh my god, what an accomplishment. And now Bounty Bob Strikes Back. Please welcome back to ZeroPage Homebrew, Bob DeCrescenzo. Thank you for coming on the show. Bob, welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you
great
for
to
having
have
me yet
you.
again. I'm sorry everybody's tired of me by now.
Oh, no.
definitely not.
We're never tired of you bringing us amazing new games. Where the hell are you? You're in a different location every time. I think the last time you were on the show, you were in a vehicle traveling somewhere. And now you're in like
I'm in a venue called the Veranda, a place I used to live. Actually, it's a stage right here. I've performed on the stage once.
Oh, geez. I was wondering what that was. I thought you were sidled up to a bar in a veterans hall or
I thought
something.
it was a giant round table.
Giant round table, yeah.
No, it's a Jamaica Bay in Fort Myers. I'm at the Veranda. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's closed right now, so you won't get interference with other patrons. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for letting us talk to you first about this amazing brand new game. There's a lot of special things associated with this game that we'll get into. So, Atari has seemed to have gone all in on your games with the release of Space Duel, Asteroids Deluxe, Berserk, Frenzy, today's release of Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest. I saw some people posting that they have the 7800 Plus in their hands, and it is the pack-in game. Plus, of course, we'll be looking today at Bounty Bob Strikes Back, which has the special designation. And I haven't seen anybody else but me post about this, so they may not be keeping track of what's going on. Special designation of being the first new Atari 7800 game published by Atari in 33 years. They've put out re-releases of games that have already come out, some of yours, but this is the first new one, brand new one. Nobody's played before, nobody's seen before the 7800. So the last 7800 game, to remind those people, 33 years ago, was published by Atari, was Sentinel, a light gun game in 1991, and it was only in PAL regions. So this is something very special. The return of Atari and return of new 7800 games. So how does it feel to have the designation of having Atari's first new 7800 game and kind of the unofficial ambassador for the new era of 7800 gaming with all those releases?
Never thought of it that way. But thank you. It's strange. It feels very surreal. I can't believe. This is a big thing to me because of all the years that I've spent playing these games and doing this, and it's a very big deal to me. It's amazing. They've been nothing but kind to me. It's just amazing. That's all I can think of. But
yeah, because you've been releasing things through Atari Age for forever, and Atari Age has been our Atari for decades now. But I think for the general public and the wider release of this Atari 7800, and I think it's more in the consciousness of the public now with the 7800 Plus, kind of more accessible. They're on Amazon and things like that. So it kind of gives a bigger stage for 7800 games and for your games. I mean, there is one from John Champeau in that mix as well, which is awesome. Caverns of Mars, but you are the dominant feature if you go to the 7800 Plus page. So I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, it is. It means a lot to me. Yeah, it means a lot to me. So it's very special. Thank you.
Yeah. So before we start up the game, and we'll get to it right after this question, for people who have maybe not played Bounty Bob Strikes Back before, because it is going back a number of years, can you explain a little bit about what the game is all about and the objective, say, of each level in the game?
It's kind of a mix of Donkey Kong Qbert, I guess, kind of, because you're changing colors of tile, not colors, but you're filling in tiles that you work on, and you're trying to fill up all the tiles before you clear the screen, and these little weird looking things try to stop you.
Like little potatoes or pieces of coal or something. They're little creatures with legs.
and it's kind of a puzzle. You have to figure out where to go first to finish the level, and what you have to do to get to the next part of the level. And there are 26 levels total, each internally numbered A through Z, so in case anybody's curious.
Okay.
But
That makes sense now.
But yeah, the object is to just get to the end, basically. I guess to get you out. You finally get out, I think, when it's the end. It's if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me on that. But it's you just clear all the levels and get to the last level and finish it. That's the
Yeah. And I had Erlen looking at videos, and he practiced a bit before the show because he's never played it. Obviously, it came out before he was born.
I had a coffee.
No,
I was like watching some videos. I'm like, this game's easy. Like, what is it? People are killing it. And then I tried to do it for about 30 seconds. I was like, oh no,
Oh no,
oh no. So I personally request everyone in chat get this game to play it so you understand the challenge, because it definitely looks easier than it is. I think you'll see me fail today. This will be a day of failure. However, I think it's already from the little bit that I played, it's addictive, and you need to try it because it looks a lot easier than it is.
Yeah, and you said it reminded you of Pac-Man, actually, and then I thought, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If you look at, it's like a deconstructed maze that you're going through. I mean, you're filling things in or eating them up, the levels, one by one. There's power-ups, there's enemies, and you have to complete the whole screen by moving through every part of the screen.
Yeah, that's what I immediately thought. I was like, oh, it's a platformer Pac-Man.
That's right.
That's like
deconstructed Pac-Man.
That's a good way to describe it, a platformer Pac-Man, because you turn them blue or green. You turn them green when they're afraid, so when they flash before they come back. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, makes
Except
a lot
you're
of sense.
not addicted to pills like you are in Pac-Man. I've always wondered that. You're like...
Yeah, I need more pills, man. Just one more maze. Just one more maze.
As you've seen ghosts.
That's right. So let's load up the game and take a look at what you have done. Okay, let's...
And I'll try not to react as I fail audibly and ruin the interview. Because this is definitely an audible game where you will make sounds as you...
when you fail? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah,
It was on the screen.
Synth Papalooza did the sounds, the really cool sounds on that.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank God.
Just 1 second. It's giving me some trouble here. Of course, I had a crash before the show started. Hooray.
Oh, I love the neon light behind you. That's cool.
That's great.
Shoot. I'm sorry to tell you this too, James. I lost audio out of the...
Yeah. We'll get everything going again.
Apologies, James.
Yeah. Oh, it's not you, I don't think. Unless you're playing with it.
No,
Are you
I
playing
wasn't.
with it?
Just give us one brief moment.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It's not happy.
See cat.
I do have some pressing questions.
Oh, good.
I do have some important questions we need to get to the bottom of.
Well, let's get Bob back on the screen fully and ask him some questions while I fiddle with this. So let's make sure we can hear
hi.
it again.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you just yet.
Oh.
That's
Tell me when I should.
probably...
I was going to say, tell me when to say something, but you're not hearing me say that.
Oh. 1 second. There we go. Can we hear you now? Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I was about to say, tell me when I could say something, but you weren't gonna hear me to tell me to.
Yeah,
That's right.
we're back online. Appreciate it.
So while I try and get our feed for the video game here, can you tell us, talk a little bit about how this all came together and how it's been working, how it has been working with Atari and to put out your first game with them?
It was very pleasant. It was very after they bought the games that they bought from me, the 8 games they bought. I was approached to to start a new game, and he let me know. I hope I can say who it was. It was Matt. He let me know which one to start with, and it was this one. And I had very little interaction with this game before. But I did the same thing. It's the same thing you did. I watched videos. I downloaded an emulator, started playing it, got myself familiar with it, and I found various parts of the source code online. So I studied that, and so I got it. I mean, the rest was just I changed the workings of it because all the other ports seem to use a bitmap screen where any floor can be placed basically anywhere on the screen. And I was using tiles for the 1700 tiles, so I had to slightly adjust where the floors were. And then I had to move some things around because the floors didn't match up and didn't. So I had to do some playing around with that. But other than that, it took me. When did he ask me? April, May.
April, yeah.
April, May, June, July, yeah. So
yeah, I think I shortly like you blazed through it pretty quick. I think I shortly came on after that as a beta tester. Mm-hmm. You put it to beta testing very quick, which was absolutely amazing. You're a pretty quick programmer, which is awesome.
So it looks like we lost our camera.
Our camera? Oh, yeah. My God.
Sorry.
It's either video game or camera. Well, you want to see us or the video game? So let me see. I think I'll be able to get us back now that I've got the let's see. Hopefully. So we've got the game now. Now we just need to get us back. There we go. I think we are all three are happy times. Yes. Okay. We're going to boot up the game now. Bounty Bob Strikes Back, a brand new release from Atari and Bob DeCrescenzo. Go for it. Here's the title screen. Bounty Bob Strikes Back, 2024 Atari Interactive Inc. And a whole bunch of birds. Starring Bounty Bob, 2024 Atari Int. Port by Bob DeCrescenzo. Sound and music, Bobby Clark. Programmed by Gone. There's some.
Look at these high scores. Look at these
devastating.
Look at these amazing AA___A_. These are some. Holy! Look at. I don't think we're gonna get here.
We'll see.
If James were playing, we'd have a shot.
Well, I did. It was hard for me too.
We've got the B team over here, but it's.
Yeah. This game will keep you busy, right?
Yeah. One of the things. Yeah. The jumping mechanics seem to be a sticking point with certain people. So I was asked to make steerable jumps. That's why that option is steerable. So you could steer in the air.
Actually, yeah, let's go through the options here. We'll get to this. You're jumping ahead of you're stomping all over my questions, Bob. It's all good. So we've got lives, and that I think goes down to how many? Down to 1 if you're a sadist,
and
up
0,
to 4.
You
0. You just don't do anything. And we've got 1 or 2 players with 1 or 2 joysticks. Always a nice option. Steerable, which we'll get to, because originally in the game it was you're on your own, old school jumping.
Yeah.
Bonuses, maybe crank that down. It doesn't really matter, but we'll be playing. So let's talk about the difficulty. What does the difficulty affect?
Okay, let's see if I remember this.
We've got
easy.
If you die on a stage. Easy and normal difficulties. If you die on a stage, whatever monster you already killed stays dead, and whatever you walked over stays lit. The easy, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. The easy, I think, has a longer. Does it have a longer countdown?
Right.
I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think easy gives you more time to kill the enemies,
I think
possibly.
or time overall, the timer on the top.
Oh, that timer.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I think, or it counts down slower. I forget which. And the normal is the one that everybody usually plays. It's the same thing. What you kill stays dead on the room. What you walk over stays lit. And the harder level, it doesn't. It starts over. If you die in a level, everything gets erased and you start over.
That's challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the command level has that plus a shorter timer. Actually, forgive me, the timer runs faster. And my version, the timer runs.
Oh.
Previously, it was a shorter timer, but I found it easier just to make the timer run faster.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Same difference, really, in the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then we've got a music enable or disable, and you have Pokey music in this.
Yeah. And
awesome.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't spend too much time on that one, but it just disables the actual tunes, not the sound itself, because you can always just sound if you didn't want it at all. But it stops the music part, leaves the sound effects.
And we've got hat color, which is a fun little option.
That's something
if you want a custom hat.
Dude, I want a custom hat.
Do you want an A7 hat or an A9
Dude, I'm feeling like an A4 hat.
So we don't have names with the colors, so you really have to know your hex codes, right?
Yeah, you have to know the palette color. Sorry, but
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, people usually play with the colors anyway, and they see what's one that they like, and they'll just remember it. But
yeah,
oh yeah,
and we've got a special code at the bottom. Now, will there be codes in the manual, or how does the special code work?
There are many that just do nothing, and there are some that have some interesting side effects, which I don't know if I want to like give that out, but yeah, there are a couple that do certain things. There might be one that brings you directly to the end of the so you can pick your level, because once you get to the end of the game, you can then pick whatever level you want to do. There might maybe.
So with the special codes, is it kind of like, oh, this code got leaked accidentally, or is it like, do they show codes during the game, or you kind of just punch in some random codes and see what they do?
Yep, that's basically it. You see whoa.
Atari.
Bad cat.
You see what any random code will do, and
okay. So we actually are going to punch one in off camera, so that makes it a little bit easier.
I was going to say, should I run a couple first just to see the experience of like?
Well, all the experience will be is just take it back to the title screen. Yeah, so everybody can count in their own heads. Oh, Erlen died 4 times. That's when he's supposed to die. So I'm going to give you this code. We're already off screen.
Okay.
So if you can punch in that one.
Oh,
nope.
shit.
Yeah, you just have to scroll through them. Bob, what's up?
No, is that Atari the cat? She's.
Oh, Atari is attacking the Jaguar.
Yeah.
No.
He is being a very bad cat, as per usual. We're going to give him some treats to fend him off. Well, Erlen, you're going to have to just hold it down.
Look at.
There you go. Keep holding it down. You saw the number, right?
Can I see it again?
Yeah.
Which is funny, because those are the same treats we give Rosemary's cat.
Okay.
Yeah, the cats love them, greenies. They just wild about them. We use them in the Bell game, and we use them in the little rolly balls during the show. Yeah. It keeps them happy. Of course, it also keeps them jonesing for them as well. So during the show, they know it's treat time, so they're always here, which is good and bad, because they're very naughty.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Erlen, yeah, you bet.
Did you always have that sign behind you, the neon one? I love that. That's awesome.
Not last. Yeah, not last time I talked to you, probably. I'd say it's about a year old now.
Okay, I've seen a couple of your things. Wow, how did I miss it? I've seen a couple of your. I
Oh,
watched a couple
oh,
of your things and I missed it apparently.
yeah.
Mr.
I've
Observer.
always wanted one for a long time. Okay, we're playing the game now,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I've always wanted one for a very long time, and I finally got one. It's not cheap to get something that huge, though. Okay, so Ireland's in it. So, Bounty Bob Strikes Back was released on a number of platforms back in the day, including Atari 8-bit, Atari 5200, Commodore 64, Amstrad CPC, ZX Spectrum, BBC Micro. So I'm guessing that you modeled your game after the Atari 8-bit version in terms of colors, graphics, and music, or was it a mishmash of a couple
It was-
different systems?
It was mostly a combination of the Commodore 64 and the Atari 8-bit version. It was like those two because those were the random ones I found when searching. So I could
Right.
So it was those two mainly. The intro screen is directly from the Commodore 64 version, but that's about it.
Okay.
I mean
yeah.
the intro screen each level, not the main intro screen. I mean,
Oh, not the intro, but each level, like the box saying the name of the level. Yeah, okay. And the graphics are from the Atari 8-bit version.
yeah.
So, and this is a follow-up kind of to that question. How much access did you have to the original code and graphics to create this game? Was it purely based off of like visual inspection of other versions of the game, or did you have some code to work from?
I had just basically what I found online.
I have to kill myself
To
because
work from. Basically what I found online. So I had to. It's a combination of visual inspection, playing the game, what I did find online. So I had to work from there, and I pieced everything together. So
Right. So I guess you also played the game a bit to get a feel of
yeah.
for the jump arcs and do some calculations and almost manually time out how long each of the power-ups work.
yep, I actually counted
Things like
frames.
that.
I counted frames on how long the power-ups were.
That's definitely the best way to do it. Nice. Yeah, that's a lot of work, but it's from scratch, from the ground up. Yeah. So can you talk about the team that you had working on the game? Was it primarily Bobby Clark, Synthpopalooza?
Yeah.
And also, people have to note the irony of two Bobs working on Bounty Bob Strikes Back.
that was just the low-hanging fruit.
It is. It was. You never thought of that.
I was
Oh
like,
my
that's
God.
my first question, but I was like, it feels too cheesy.
Too easy, too obvious. Yeah, I just
Wow.
like even like at first I was like a couple days ago I had that question, but then I was like, oh yeah, Bobby Clark also worked on the game too. That's another Bob. So you didn't even realize that till just now. That's hilarious. But so can you talk about the team? Was it just Bobby Clark? I mean, there's beta testers as well.
Yeah, you guys. But yeah, it was just basically me and Bobby Clark. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Somebody's doing something
Yeah.
there. You're gonna get kicked out.
I don't know. Oh yeah, somebody's in there. But yeah, it was just us two basically. If in this moment I am forgetting somebody, I really apologize, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was just us.
Right.
Yeah, so that's about it.
And what's and you've worked with Bobby Clark before. What stage did Bobby come into the game? Was he kind of there from the beginning? You invited him
Yeah.
right away?
Early on, because I knew I had a certain time frame to get this done, and I knew I wouldn't be able to get it all done in that time frame. So I had Bobby was working on the music while I was doing the game, and we would just, we would get together and he would tell me what he had. So yeah,
Right. So I guess this is a classic. We got to get this out before Christmas type of game, or more importantly, we want to get this out with the 7800 plus.
Yeah.
To have a good library of games. It's a launch title, I guess, for the 7800 plus, right?
yeah. I didn't think of these.
Literal new launch title, yeah. It's strange to think about that in this day and age for kind of a retro system, but yeah, this is can be considered a launch title for the 7800. Alnifer asked, "Were all the beta testers bearded Bobs too?"
No, although there was one more.
Yeah.
Trevor.
And somebody asked before the show, will it be a completely bearded show today? And I said, yes, it will be a completely bearded show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I was setting up during your talk about working with Atari. What was the timeline again from when Atari asked you to when you handed it in? What was the number of months?
I handed it in a little bit, about 1 or 2 weeks late. So it was beginning of April to the end of June, and I handed it in like mid-July.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very, very fast. And do you have? I know you usually work in machine language assembly code, and I'm guessing you did that for this as well. Do you have frameworks that you bring over from other games, or how built up is the framework that you have? Because every game is very different. You have shooters, you have maze games. This is a platform game, very different.
Well, yeah, the main the track mode, going to the options, going to that's like set. I have that. I use that for most of them.
Right.
So I base started with that. I forgot which game I started with, but anyway. But yeah, I use that, and then I just pull everything out that I need, and I start filling it in again. But yeah, that's mostly the track mode section and the game options.
Yeah. And I'm looking at your list of games here, and I think the only other one that would qualify as a platformer would be Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest. Have you done another platformer other than this one and Bentley Bear?
No.
Okay.
That's the only one other than this one. Yeah, it's just the only one.
Yeah.
And I learned some.
And did you bring anything over from Bentley Bear, any code because it was a platform, or you just knew what to do?
Yeah, it was the resolution was different, and it was a different way of handling stuff. So yeah, no, I didn't bring anything over from that really.
Right. So this game has 26 levels, and you revealed that A through Z, which makes complete sense now. Why it has 26 levels. So just like the original game, was there a temptation to create any extra levels yourself, or add in? There was a game released not too long ago of this on the Intellivision that had an extra 11 levels that were actually created by the original developer of the game, for the Intellivision, released by Electronite. Did you think of adding in any levels in, or creating a like a level construction set, or were you just thinking, okay, let's recreate the original game?
I actually left space for 2 hidden levels, but I ran out of time. I was going to add 2 very hidden levels and see, but I couldn't get it in. I couldn't get it in time. I wanted.
Okay.
Believe me.
So it was a matter of time, running out of time.
Yeah.
So somebody asked this in the chat already, and I had this question coming up already. So from the Miner 2049er Wikipedia entry, it says in 2001, Hogue, if I'm pronouncing that right, released the game and its sequel, Bounty Bob Strikes Back, for free online with an embedded 8-bit computer emulator. Hogue said that he released it this way as opposed to releasing the game's ROMs, as I'd spent so much time back in the 80s tweaking these color registers to achieve perfection, and I wanted to see that game that way again. So can you talk about the color combinations that are employed in Bounty Bob Strikes Back? Because they're kind of randomized every single time you play a level. Even the levels are not the same from game to game. Level 1's going to look different from another playthrough of level 1. And Thrust asked about that, the color combinations and color changes. So did you study the original game and looked at the way the colors went together? How did you develop that?
I grabbed screenshots and that both from me playing and from Tempest's site of the 5200 version. He did comparisons of the 5200 and the X and the 8-bit version.
Okay.
I used his a lot. Hey Matt, I did screenshots of my own. So any color combination I saw in the screenshots I used. So I think I got them.
Okay.
I hope I got them all.
You don't want to piss off the original creator.
Yeah.
I tried to find out if he was still kicking around, but his the Big Five software site was down. And so have you had any contact, any kind of talk with the original developers of the game? Because they seem still active a little bit here and there. Because that one for Electronite was not that long ago in relative terms, 7 years ago, when he created some new levels.
Yeah, I did not. Actually, it's the first time I didn't even try. I didn't know if I would have. I was so worried about getting it done. I didn't really think about it. I usually try. Like I started Defender. I contacted Eugene Jarvis. When I did Frenzy, I contacted Alan. And Alan actually helped me. Please. But I didn't even. And Owen Rubin helped me with Space Duel. And it's the first time I didn't. I didn't even try. I didn't even think of it actually because I was just so concentrated on getting it going. I didn't. I missed the fact that there were 3 Bobs in the thing. So that should tell you how.
You're very, very, very focused. You just got to get it done, and it was quite a frenzy of getting the game done and beta tested. And this game is challenging. How are you finding it?
Oh man,
it's kicking your ass.
Well,
what level are you on?
I'm on, but I mean, like, I feel like I'm such a cheater. That's the only thing that I feel right now. I feel like. But even with the like more systematic approach, like it's a challenging game, dude.
Yeah, it's all about the jumps, really, right? And we'll switch over to the steerable jumps, which will mess you up again, at the end of the show, so that people can. Cat, you're so bad. I'm gonna have to kick these cats out. Sorry, kitties. Bye. You're a disruption. They're being so bad. So naughty. Yeah, that I think during beta testing I played it with steerable and without steerable. I think mostly without steerable. But we had unlimited lives during testing as well, obviously, to make it easier and being able to jump to any level. With those special codes at the beginning, are there codes, hidden codes, to jump to specific levels as well? Maybe. Of course, they'll have to find them out. So good luck to everyone.
And that's what I mentioned earlier about the one that takes you to the very end, so you can start at any level. Because once you get to the end, then there's a switch that's set that allows you to go from 1 to 26. Select the level.
Okay.
So, and I think
that's good.
Said too much.
Well, they still have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Even if the option's there's I don't know how many digits. Five digits. Good luck. Yeah. That's a lot of combos, and it takes a while to scroll up. Even the one that we did, it took a while to scroll up to it.
Yeah, it's 2 bytes, so it goes up to 65526. So that's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not quite 100,000, but getting there. So I like to ask this question to all the devs I have on the show. So how good are you at Bounty Bob Strikes Back? And also, what is your personal history with Bounty Bob Strikes Back?
I'm horrible. That's why I needed you guys to test me the test. There's 2 levels I still can't get past. Personally, the one at the end with the
level 5
energy
right?
bars.
Like level 5.
The energy bar one where you jump twice as far with I can't get past that level.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and I forgot what the other level was.
That one kicked my ass. Oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot what the other one was. I remember there were 2, but I just don't remember. As far as my personal history with.
This one's hard. This one with the billions of platforms all over the screen. I think level 5 is it? Level 5. Jumping 101.
So far, I haven't been able to get
those are
past
hard.
the second jump.
The second jump.
I know.
Erlen's.
I remember the other one, Acid Rain. The Acid Rain one I can't get past. So.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's challenging too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to time it up and things are falling and oh my god. Yeah, this game will keep you busy. 100%. Yeah. It sounds like, oh, there's only 26 levels. No. They're hard.
26 increasing.
So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Increasingly challenging. Yeah. So let's go back to that. Your personal history with Bounty Bob Strikes Back, because I played it back in the day on I think it's C64, at least the original game, the Miner 2049er, which is very similar mechanics to this.
I finally saw that the other. I actually back in the day never played it. It was only recently. I seen it in some of the compilations. So I tried it a couple of times, thought it was too hard, and I left it. So
it's challenging. It's the jumps. It's the old school, hard as hell. You have to know your perfect parabola of the jump.
Yes. Yeah. And it took me a while to realize that you get one chance of moving. Like if you jump up straight and you hit the joystick, you move in that direction. But you can't. Once you've done that, you can't change direction unless you have steerable jumps on. But
right.
So.
Right.
You can kind of guide it a little bit, but if you jump straight up and then towards the end, you jump a little bit.
Yeah, did you hear that? Jumping straight up and then you can steer it when you want to steer, so you can do smaller jumps. It's not one steer. That's what you get. So you don't have to do the full jump each time.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Literally.
So when I figured that, but yeah,
go ahead.
But anyway, that's basically my history. And I got once I got more familiar with it, and like I said, I started watching videos, started playing it, downloading it. I did everything I could to get familiar with it, as quickly as possible.
Yes. So obviously Atari approached you with the idea of the game. You didn't pick it because you don't really have any history with it.
Right.
Yeah, and obviously it was in your wheelhouse, and be able to do it to make this game. So you didn't have any resistance when they came up to you and you went, "What game? What?" You've obviously heard of it before.
Yeah, they and forgive me if I'm allowed to say this, but they actually approached me with another game first. I started, couldn't do it because I was having trouble with scrolling. It's a game that
the mighty Bob has been defeated.
Somebody else took it on, and they're doing it. But there's a lot of things going on, and it's only 8 high zones, and it's scrolling upward at a constant rate. I was just having too much trouble with it, and so I said, I'm sorry, I can't. This one I can't do. But then they give me this one. I'm like, all right, I have to do this one. I can't.
Right.
But
yeah, you can't say no twice. They'll be like, "Oh, that Bob, I don't think he knows what he's doing." No, he does. He does. So yeah, because they have a list of IPs that they own or companies that they've purchased, and they're probably looking through them, going, what games can we reissue? What new games can we put out? What games were made into homebrews previously that we can put out, and obviously this was on the top of their list for those games.
Yeah.
Imagine how many quarters I just spent.
Oh, you've been
imagine
going through your allowance, man.
I think I'm like going home, sullen from the arcade, being like, "Oh, I think I made it past."
Only to level 5.
I definitely didn't make it to level 5.
Yeah, not in your quarters, no. So can you tell us anything about what you had to change from the original 8-bit version that you kind of modeled this after? And the obvious one right off the bat when you boot up the game is the birds flying in with the letters going onto the screen. And maybe you can talk about the difficulty, possibly recreating that. Maybe it was just a time thing. And what were some things that you were able to maybe add into this game?
Starting with the changing thing, one of the things I had to change is, as mentioned before, The other versions of this game seem to use a bitmap for the screen, so they could put floors anywhere, in any position. I used tiles
Right.
on the 7800, so I had to put them in certain groups of eight scan lines and four pixel boundaries. So when I did that, I converted them all, and some of them didn't line up right. So I had to start manually changing where they were so I could get them. Some had size differences because of where they were.
Yeah.
And there's one level that was taking too long for me to do, and that's it's one right in the middle of the game, the mobile suction unit game, the mobile suction unit level. Because what happens is it starts to tap and it follows you when you hit one of the power-ups. It actually follows you, and I'm going, all right. So I have to use tiles to go this way, and then a sprite to go down. And I was trying to get it to work, and it was getting late, and I'm like, all right. I have to change it. I switched it to center suction unit, and it's plastered in the center of the level. So those were two things that I had to basically change.
I think that's a pretty normal thing when taking one game from one system to another. I mean, you saw it a lot of times with the 2600, which games changed dramatically from the arcade, and there's just certain ways that different systems draw things on the screen, and they introduce different limitations. So it's not unusual, and I don't think people would be like, oh, this sucks. Or they will have to, if they're really, really used to a certain like console that they played it on before, or a certain computer, they will have to like retrain themselves a bit if they're like a crazy player on the game. But it adds some challenge to them.
Yeah.
To the game for them.
Yeah, and as far as adding, well, like I said, I really wanted to add some secret levels. I unfortunately didn't get to do that, but I can't think of
steerable jumping.
I'm sorry, steerable. That's right, steerable jumping. Yes, I added that as a request for a few people. So yeah, through the beta testers.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that's really important. Especially when putting out a game in 2024, as opposed to, say, porting it in the 80s to a different system. There is a gaming sensibility nowadays, especially somebody maybe that didn't play it back, like this guy, didn't play it back in the 80s. They're going to pick up the game, and they're going to be jumping, and they're going to be like, I can't move while I jump in the air, and they're just not going to understand, and they're going to get frustrated with it. And I see a lot of homebrew developers incorporating a lot of modern sensibilities into their new games, and I think it's great. And you've added it as an option, which is even better, because people who are used to the 80s version can play it like they did back then, and people who have not played it before ever and want it to act like the games they play now, they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So is that the thinking behind it? You said somebody requested it.
Yeah, I think two people requested it. Two of the beta testers. Do I say who they were, or do I not?
Oh, you can. I mean, it's a great idea, so I don't think they should be embarrassed about. I think they're thinking maybe not only of themselves, but other people that are going to be playing it in the future.
Yeah. Well, it was Trevor and oh God, Mike.
Mike?
Oh, they're so weak players.
Well,
Let's chastise them. No, just
I think it becomes fundamentally different. I think it fundamentally becomes two different games, because with steerable, it becomes more of a platformer versus this is actually more of a puzzle game, because I think people, like, as much as this is, like, it's easier when you're playing, like, you have to learn the jumping arc, and then actually,
Yes.
like, a level like this is a puzzle. It's not actually a platformer. Like, I have to know the order of operations to go through.
Especially this
right?
level, yeah.
And so, like, having steerable, this is more of a, like, be more of a platformer. Like, something like falling off of one of these, right? Like, if you could steer, all of a sudden you're navigating these platforms, but actually, in actuality...
This level makes it so much easier with steering.
But it's about calculating the thing. So it's actually more of a puzzle without the steering. So I think it's almost two different formats in a way.
Yes.
What level is that again? Which one are you on?
This is
Jumping 101.
Jumping 101.
that is a
Erlen's,
pain.
it's kicking Erlen's ass.
Well, it is a puzzle.
hard.
It's actually not like it is a puzzle. Like you have to know like how far you can jump.
Yeah,
and
and there is a pattern.
And it's aptly named. This is where you learn how to jump in this game and the mechanics of distance and
somebody in the chat, Cafeman2D says, on many of the platforms you can just run off the edge to fall to the platform close underneath.
Yeah, if it's
Like
too far.
that one you could fall, right? And to the left I think you can fall, but not the right. There you go. So he's slow, like you can fall to the left. Or do the
I don't
short
know if
jump.
I can.
Oh, you can't.
See,
no.
that's what I mean.
Oh, they have to literally overlap.
It's a bit of a puzzle.
Or at least be right beside each other without a gap. And I forgot how far. I think if it's 1 or 2 levels down, it's all right. But if it's 3, it's forget it. You die, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah. I think somebody in the chat said he can only fall 1.5 of his height. I think that's what that seems about right. About 1.5.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not remembering with the top of my head. I just got.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's all like a bunch of numbers. You can't memorize all the numbers.
But yeah, learning the arc is the meta of this game, and then it's a totally different, and then becomes more of a dynamic platformer with steering.
Yes. Yeah. So let's just jump out of the game for 1 second. You can keep playing if you want. Actually, you can't keep playing. Because not only is this game announced, but 2 days ago, let me just go to this. 2 days ago, I want to congratulate you on Unowar S being the 4th Atari 7800 title to be released through opcode, which was announced 2 days ago. I don't know if people out there have seen the boxes. I don't know if you've actually handled any of the boxes opcode has made. I got some Coleco games the other day from opcode. They are magnificent. The cardboard is really, really thick. They open up with magnets. I think you're going to be really, really happy with the reissue of Unowar S. So here it is on the screen, opcode games. This is the 4th title. We've got Muddy Vision's Keystone Capers. We've got Daryl Genther's Popeye. We've got Moon Cresta as well. So, yeah, you're in great company with your re-release of Unowar S. So congratulations. You've got games going out all over the place here. So can you talk a little bit about Unowar S reissue with opcode games? Eduardo's a great guy. He's awesome. Oh, wait a second. We lost you. 1 second. And you're back. Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. He really is. One of the nicest people I've worked with. Yeah, he had approached me about a year ago about Mooncrester. So I tweaked a couple of little things on Mooncrester just to make it different. I changed the collision detection. I relaxed it a little more because one of the things that people were saying is that collision detection for the bullets was. I tried to make it as close to the arcade as possible, but it's a home port. Right. You don't really have to make it that difficult. It's not a quarter muncher.
That's right. You can relax it a tiny bit. Yeah.
So I did, and I darkened the colors a bit. When I started doing 320 mode, I had a TV, and I didn't think at the time that it was a TV. I had a TV that when you played it on it, if the colors were too dark, they like showed up in a different place. Like it's hard to explain. It was really, stupid me, I didn't think it was the TV. So I made everything light. Mooncrest, I made all the colors light. So that's really not the case. So I darkened it. I tried to match it better to the arcade. And there's one other thing. Oh, the pinwheels. The last level, the pinwheels. They were frustrating. So I kind of made that a little bit easier too. The pinwheels. So I got.
Did you get a chance to do any updates on Uniwar S as well? I know Daryl Genther did a ton of updates on Popeye, like all the things that came up after it was released and things he wanted to add in. So it's actually a great thing that they're being re-released and they're you're able to add in and fix bugs and fix mistakes and fix graphical things or make it easier.
Yeah, the pinwheels are actually in Uniwars. I'm sorry. that's when you said that.
Too many shooters.
Yeah. I did the colors. I did the colors on Uniwars as well, a little better. But they're not as much as the other one, but as Boomcrester. But yeah, the pinwheels. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
But yeah. So
and officially, you should be the expert on this. How do you say it? Is it Uniwar S or Uniwars?
I have no clue.
Because everything I see, like on the marquees and stuff, the S is kind of separate. It's colored different. And I mean, I can't find any definitive things on the internet saying how to pronounce it because there's so little media, like audio, visual, like news reports about Uniwar S being released, right? Or Uniwars. So I always took it as that S, even on the box that through opcode, the S is red and the Uniwar is yellow. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't
either. I kind of pushed the S closer when I did the, on the game itself. But I like Uniwars. That's my personal preference. So I don't know if that's right or I've been wrong before. Like I was wrong about the peach and the orange on Pac-Man, but all these years.
I mean, it's most of this stuff is like lore to us. It's so old and back in the day, and there were so many there was always rumors about games and this and that and names for things. It's like, oh, are they monsters or ghosts? That one even that persisted for so long. So it's we'll find out eventually. The best way to find out what the real answer is to say it wrong.
And then
because somebody will find out the answer and correct you.
It's actually very true.
And there's actually there's a name for that. I can't remember what it is. It's the something rule.
Yeah, which is people are more excited to correct somebody than to actually provide an answer.
Yes, so never ask a question about something you want to know about. Just say it wrong.
Just do a statement with complete confidence.
100% confidence.
And tag as many people as you can, and someone will be summoned to
people love correcting people on the internet. So hopefully somebody will correct one of us, Bob. One of us will be wrong.
Yeah. For the record, I refer to them as monsters, except on the 2600 version because Atari called them ghosts on that one. So
there you go. Yeah.
Oh, I always thought of them as ghosts, but I don't know. I don't know anything, man.
In the
instruction thing, it says ghost monsters. So, who's
there? You go. It could go either way.
It's a ghost monster.
Gamma Dev says to Erlen is human.
What does that mean? Is that?
It's a statement. To err is human. To make errors is human, and they flipped it to be Erlen. That's pretty good. What's going on? Pretty clever, Gamma Dev.
Watching me. Someday I'll be able to jump 101.
Yeah.
But that is the entry level course. I feel like that's a great level to learn how to play this game on because it's like it really is like just to learn. I feel like if you can beat jumping 101, I mean I don't know what the next 21 levels look like.
Well, there you go. You're back at it.
I'm back in there, but if I could.
That's level 5.
Level 5. Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. So I think what we'll do now is reboot the game. I'm going to take it off screen in case it shows the code. Cool. And we'll show the steerable jumping so people get an idea of that. So let me just restart it here. Yeah, kill that code. Maybe I'll just reboot it because it'll take 1 billion years to go down from that one. And it remembers things, right? Does it have...
It remembers things, my God.
So does it use the... for high scores, does it use the save key at all?
No, not the save key. It uses the high score card.
The high score card. Okay.
Yeah, that's the high score card.
So that-
I need to get a save key. I don't have one, so I gotta start using that so I can test it in case when I try to program for it.
That's a good idea. And also you can add voices into games.
Will the
Bonus
code
voices.
appear? Is it good?
Let me take it off the screen.
That's what I mean.
Press the button.
I just want to confirm.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, we're good. We're good.
I don't want to leak anything.
Yeah, we don't want to leak anything. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but we want people to slowly enjoy the game and not blast through it. So we've got steerable enable.
Okay, it'd be interesting to see how this changes the mechanics.
Crank down the bonus just in case, so you can get some extra lives.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no bonus. Yeah, 10,000.
10,000.
And difficulty easy.
Cool. Difficulty easy.
Easy.
And maybe no code. Just start. Or do you want me to code it?
No code.
Okay.
Yeah, just go for it. Okay.
Oh, I think the enemies move slower in easy mode too. I think. I'm trying to remember what I did.
Oh, slower. Okay. It's been a couple months since you've touched it, right? So, yeah. So
And I've been
talk. We already talked about steerable mode. I guess it wasn't that much. Wasn't difficult to add it in. It was just a movement.
Yeah. It wasn't hard.
That's good. Yeah. And it really. How's the steerable mode now?
Oh, I'm just have to kind of learn it.
That's
Because
right.
I've been so in this mode of.
Because you literally have to steer now. Like if you just jump, it'll stop moving. So you really have to retrain your brain.
But it's cool because I do feel like it's kind of almost two different formats. Where one is way more of a you're puzzling through this kind of this equation versus this is a bit more like you're playing a platformer. But my skill level is not high in platformers in general.
Not your
As
forte.
I said, the B team is here.
So before we get to how people can get this game and where they can get it and when it'll get to them, is there any other development things you'd like to talk about Bounty Bob Strikes Back?
I had to make some room to make sure it fit in 48K what I already had.
Right.
So so it's a 48.
And did they did limit that to 48K instead of a 144?
I did.
You did. Okay. On purpose.
Because
Okay.
I wanted to make it as easy as possible to make the cartridges themselves. If I start to introduce bank switching stuff like that, it's although they didn't have a problem with Bentley Bear, so well, anyway.
Okay.
But I made it 48K, and it was I wanted it to fit in there. I wanted it to be. I like to keep it as I try to keep it as universal as possible. Try to make it
Right.
If that makes any sense. I know people that do the 2600 games like to use 4K. When they try to make it fit. So that's my kind of thing.
And it's a challenge for them. And I think the original game was 40K on the 5200, something like that. So it's also a challenge for you to go, well, if they can do it in 40K, I should be able to do it in 48K, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and they had but I really wanted Al was very adamant about the birds. So
Right.
I had to make sure the birds were the last thing I did. The birds on the title screen, that was the last thing I did. So I had to.
And did you consider having the birds fly in with the letters at all, or was that just okay, well, I guess time constraints, but you did consider it?
Yeah, I did. At the very beginning, that was unfortunately, that was the first thing to go, though. When I started seeing where I was going to be, when I was doing this, because I figured that was a nice to have. That wasn't a, necessity. That was so. Then if I saw how much time I had left and how much, well, it wasn't really time. In between of giving them the binary. I said, let me just do this really quick because I really like the birds, so I want to put them in for him.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And so I guess you triaged what you wanted in the game and what needed to be in the game, and so the birds were at the last, on the bottom of the pile.
Makes sense. Hey, it really it is the easiest one to go.
Yeah, because it's not part of the game. It's just a nicety, right?
Yeah, and I
cool. I know what you're talking about. Huh? I know what you're talking about because I watched the video this morning and I was like, oh, this is
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Birds bringing in the letters, spelling out things. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember saying to Al, I said, well, I got the birds in there, but not not how you remember them, not exactly how you remember them doing. So you're just flying by.
But they're there.
They're there.
The screen's already built. They already did it beforehand. They brought in the letters earlier.
Yeah.
They brought in the letters decades ago. They don't need to bring them in again.
They're tired. They've been working.
Yeah, they're very tired. So if anybody else has any questions in the chat, put them in now before we let Bob go. So the 7800 Plus and Bentley Bear has shipped. It's in people's hands today. I believe since that was delivered on the exact day that it was promised, this one is scheduled for December 5th, which is a week exactly from now, and I expect it will also be delivered at the same time. And this is from Amazon. I'm not sure about people who had ordered it from Atari because it just says winter 2024. So we'll see if their schedule is similar. So people can get it from Amazon and Atari. Those are the two locations they can get it from.
Yeah. I ordered it from Atari, but yeah. Yes, there's that I know of. I don't know if there's any more, but I'm pretty sure those are the only two locations.
Right. Yeah. I think that's it. Like for all the other products, I haven't seen them being sold anywhere else, and I don't think their T-shirts are sold on Amazon, but the hardware and games are on Amazon. Yeah.
They were, and forgive me, they were very nice about it. They sent me. They sent me one of the VIP things that were the VIP.
Okay.
Number 6.
So you had 6 games included. Yeah, all the launch titles.
They sent me number 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Number 6. Nice.
Yeah, I went. I was literally. I couldn't say anything. I was literally like, really? But that.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that was nice of you.
So you do have your own game now. You've popped it in, made sure it works.
Well, no, I didn't touch that one. I didn't want to. I left it.
You're like, I'm so sick of this game.
No, I'm getting I ordered everything from Atari, so I'm getting them. So I'll wait for that. Okay. Then I'll use those. So I just kind of left that one as it was. I didn't want to touch it.
Oh, I see. More as a collector's piece, because that is very cool to have that whole setup as your first game through Atari, which is super cool.
Yeah, that was very nice of them to do.
So you mentioned that before that Atari approached you with a different game. Are there more games that coming from you through Atari or elsewhere through Atari Age or other means? Do you have some in the pipeline? And I'm sure you do. Are there any that you can talk about? Any hints, even genres, maybe?
None that I can really talk about. I just finished. I just finished porting 2600 versions of 2 games over to the 7800, so they'll be selectable in a menu.
Oh, nice. I mean, I know all about this, but it's for the audience. But yeah. Well, that's interesting. But of course, there's a billion 2600 games, so they could be anything, right?
Yeah. So there's going to be this 7800 version, 2600 version, selectable. But and then I'm about to start on something else too that is absolutely amazing to me. And that's all I can say about it. I'm sorry.
That it's happening.
Yes, that
I
it's
guess.
happening.
Yeah. I mean, even the other games that you hinted at are actually pretty amazing that they're happening too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So big fun, exciting things ahead from you, which is great, which is always great to hear.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I love doing this. I even told them, I said, yeah, I'm in my glory doing this. I hope this goes on for a while. It's something I've
Oh, I
always-
hope so too. I mean, it's great. It's like a second age of Atari. It's a renaissance of our childhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really cool being a part of this, and I'm guessing for you as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like a dream come true.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yep.
To have that. I mean, Atari Age is amazing, right? And what everything they've done. But now that Atari Age and Atari is teamed up, and the big exposure that the Atari name, the weight, I guess, that the Atari name brings to things. Whenever they put something out, actual news outlets will pick it up. They never gave a second look at Homebrew before, which is really unfortunate that all this amazing stuff is going on with Homebrew for the last 30 years, but they didn't pay attention till Atari put the name on it, put their name back on it. So it's good. It's good. It's a bit annoying, but previously that they didn't recognize all this amazing work that's going on. But I'm really glad that it is being recognized now, and people like yourself are getting the recognition that you deserve, that I've been trying to give for many years with the Atari Homebrew Awards and your Lifetime Achievement Award, etc., etc., etc.
Thank you.
So yeah, so I'm really so happy for you that that this happened, and it couldn't happen to a better person to have the first game released by Atari for the 7800 go to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, James.
You're very, very welcome, and you're such a great guy, and it's always awesome to talk to you on the show.
Same here.
And is there anything else that you'd like to add before we let you go, other than this game's awesome, and anybody who loves platformers and challenging platformers at that should definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
I think you just nailed it.
Without sin, cast the first stone. You know what I mean? Don't judge. Don't judge until you
Aaron.
try it.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, this is a challenging game, but also like a very addictive, kind of classic arcade style game. The thing that I do want to know, that I'm like, we need to get to the bottom of, is like, what happened? What was Bob's first bounty? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what is?
Well,
is this a sequel to a series?
It is. We didn't really actually talk about that too much. This is a second game.
Okay.
In a sequence of game. The first one was Miner 2049er, which was released on a bunch of platforms.
In the chat said, like, that's a hard game. Is that also a difficult game?
Yeah, it's very similar to this. It's the same kind of mechanics. It's platforming. It's filling in blanks and stuff. This is kind of like an extension of it. There's a bunch more mechanics that go into it, I think.
Yeah, I think the first one has actually tilted floors too. It's not, they're not, all the floors aren't straight like in this one. They're tilted. I'm looking at it going,
oh yeah.
But I'll figure it out if they want me to port it at some point.
That's true. Yeah, that's an extra. You wouldn't think that the original would be probably more challenging to make than this one. It's kind of like porting Donkey Kong to the 2600 with the slanted girders. It's like, oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, yep. Thank you once again for coming on the show, and it's an honor to be the first people to talk to you about this new release. And it's always it's always an honor to have you on here.
I'm honored that you want me on here. Thank you.
We always do. We always do, Bob.
Also, legendary shirt Bob has on today. Such a killer shirt. I immediately noticed that, and I was like, this is Bob. This is what he's doing. This is him, the perfect man who's also playing the drums. Wow.
I'm the drummer.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
It's a
great shirt. If you only had 6 arms to play the drums,
that's
right?
Right.
Oh, and he's got like 4 feet too, doesn't he? He has a bunch of feet.
Yeah, man. He's like heavy metal. It would be like his
double
genre,
kick drum,
just like the quadruple kick drum.
Like the
Speed
guy,
metal.
there's a guy on the internet. What's his name? He's amazing. I've never seen anybody play drums like this guy. He does a lot of shorts. He's got a very Spanish sounding name. I can't remember. He's got a beard,
Yeah.
and he plays so fast. I've never seen anybody play like this guy. You can't. You just. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm digressing. But anyway,
There's so much talent out there. I love watching people who are at the top of their game, and they get exposure on the internet because it spreads around like that. And I'll have to look for that guy. I love watching amazing musicians.
I think it starts with an E. Esper. I forgot. I can't think of it.
Something like that.
Right now.
I'll have to look that up. Yeah. Al LaFer recently played Minor 2049er on the Atari 2600. So that's very cool. Okay, so thanks once again for coming on the show. This is available for pre-order. It's shipping in a week. People can buy from Amazon or Atari themselves. I don't know if their sale, Atari sale is still on. I don't know if this is included. I think it might be included in the sale on Atari's Black Friday sale. I'm not sure,
We're
but
clearing out the warehouse.
I know some things are. I bought 2 T-shirts from them yesterday. Some cool shirts and they were on sale. So I'm not sure if this is included, but people can look it up. So if you like this game, you've got a nice preview of it.
Yeah, and this is a lot of bang for the buck, this game, because this is one if you get this game, you could play this for a very long time, continue to master it, trying different settings, try it out. It's like, it looks easier than it is.
Try and crack the code, skip some levels, get some unlimited lives, see if you can crack it.
And see if you can make it past jumping 101. This is
that is your challenge, everybody.
If you can make it past jumping 101, you're a better man than
without
me.
steerable.
That's right.
Because you didn't have steerable on. Okay, Bob, we'll let you go. Get on with your day. I don't know if you have the day off after U.S. Thanksgiving. We're in Canada here. We didn't have U.S. Thanksgiving. We had ours in October.
This was a couple of weeks ago, right?
Couple weeks back. Yeah. We get ours early, so it's not so close to Christmas. Closer to Halloween. But you have a great day, and we will talk with you very soon, Bob.
Thanks so much, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Always great to talk with Bob.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a great guy. We can take these things out of our ears. Start to weigh on you. To irritate you. Okay, you're gonna hand over the reins to me
to the A-team,
so I can play it for a bit. I did play it quite a lot during beta testing. Are we on steerable?
Yes.
Okay. How many lives?
Just kill yourself so you can start over.
Okay.
So you actually have a good go at it, because I've already bricked a lot of stuff.
Thank you, Dan. Thrust says the 2600. Original is quite bad in my opinion. I once hacked it to do double Bob speed. Somebody made a full-fledged hack, and later I got the ZPH award for 5 minutes work. That must have been on the first Atari Homebrew Awards, because that's the only one where we did hacks.
Yeah.
Because there's a trillion hacks, and the nomination committee was not having any of it.
Yeah.
Going through a trillion Pac-Man hacks where they changed the look of Pac-Man for each one. It was like, no, we just can't do it, man. Somebody else can do a hack award show. Okay. See if I can get this happening. So is it still unsteerable? Yeah, it is. Good. Oh, I better look at it. There we go.
That's interesting.
I played games like this back in the 80s.
I never did, so...
Where it's like hardcore, you have to know your jumps.
I guess that is the classic Donkey Kong thing, right? Like, Donkey Kong is a good comparison in terms of, like, being that...
Yes.
I remember seeing, like, the videos of people who had, like, overlays they'd put over their thing to see the arcs and the different things, just to remind themselves, because it is almost a bit of a puzzle game in that regard.
Yeah, it's just what games were back then. They just didn't know. They just didn't know you could steer jumps. It wasn't a thing. Because if you think about it, real life, you can't steer your jumps.
That's true.
So why
very
would somebody think of that, right? It's just like it's not a natural thing. Oh god. This is brutal. We have to book it, right?
It's the only way, and this is like basically as far as I've been able to make it legitimately.
Is passing level 2?
No, this jump you just did.
Oh.
Like legitimately playing the game, that's about as far as I've been able to make it.
So I guess you go down and get this one and kill both on this side.
Help.
Oh my god.
Help. Help. Something's
Theory.
wrong with the ZPH stream.
Luckily now you can swing down and get, you see that like
Something's wrong with the stream? What is? Oh, the video game? No. Everything's good with the stream. Are the treats disabled? Oh, they are, because the cats... Because during an interview, I disabled the stream, disabled the treats, because it kind of interferes with the interview with things going off all the time. But I will enable them in a second after this game, and then we'll do some cat things. Cat it all up, because the cats... I don't know if they deserve treats, because they're really bad cats. Now they get half the points.
Yeah,
and I
so-
can earn some extra lives.
So one thing that's been making me laugh all week.
This is going to be brutal.
I find you go for the top, kind of down.
Ooh, can I get this guy and
Yeah,
then get another guy? Probably. Oh my god! I forgot the button press to get off of it.
That's
Damn
okay.
it.
The other thing
Interview
is
now
you
over.
can collect that watering can while being. You see the watering can?
Oh.
You can collect it and then, and that opens up a whole world of options.
Oh, and then... oh, there's a flashlight there. Never mind. Nope.
Yeah, when I watch people do this level online, they did it sort of top down
Oh, no!
because there's it,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's still possible. It's just not.
Probably. Nope. Get it? Oh, I can. Whoa. Let's do everything else first. Book it back and probably die, and then have to use a life to. As soon as this game's over, then we'll do some catting it up.
Yeah, so like something that's been making me laugh all week is a story my boss told me that like he's quite wealthy, so it's just like not the most relatable story, but I was like, this is so funny.
When he was in his boat,
well, he during COVID was explaining that he got obsessed with speaker systems, so he bought like a $35,000 speaker system. But what did make me laugh was that when he spoke to the salesman on the phone about it, the salesman insisted, he's like, we need your personal number. I want to call only your number. I don't want a family number. I don't want your wife's number. And then the boss was like, why? And he's like, you have no idea how many sales we've lost because we phoned the wife. And then she's been like,
jeez.
he deposited what? No, this sale is canceled.
No, cancel all that.
And the thing that made me laugh is I love that the salesman's point of view isn't like confirm with your wife. It's like it's like
exclude your wife.
He's like, we've lost sales doing this. So like
oh jeez.
And it makes you realize, you're like, oh yeah, because the thing is if there are two people in this world, there's people who can afford a $35 speaker system, and there's people who it's the worst decision they've made in their entire life.
Oh no, what have I done? Oh, okay, no. Yeah. No, 35,000, that's
outrageous.
That's insane. It's gonna sound good. But there's like a curve where things don't get that much better. Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta collect that thing and pop through. It's brutal.
In this game you have to plan out
everything.
You have to plan out your power.
I actually don't even know how. Like this level, I was playing with infinite lives, and I was like, I don't know how you beat this without infinite lives. Like I have no idea.
You have to plan it out.
But I don't know how you like beat this game without infinite lives. Do you know what I mean? Like that just feels impossible.
It's bloody hard. It's like, oh no!
Because
at least I got him.
But this is the thing now, is it's like, I don't know how you... Because you can collect these things.
Oh my god. I didn't die. That's good.
You didn't die, which is good, but you lose so much time in these in this scenario.
No. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
There we
Well,
go.
so let's get the cats in here. Because they are scratching at the door like zombies, wanting to eat brains.
They just want.
If you want to
greens.
open up the door and let in the
Release the beasts.
release the beast.
The beasts.
Okay.
It's
Let's
like-
turn on the things.
It's like when I call this number, it can't be your family number.
can't
It can't be your wife's number.
That's crazy.
It's got to be your personal number. He's like, deposit's been made.
Okay, everything is back on. So
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Meat's back on the menu. Audiophiles are probably the easiest marks until the pandemic when people started willing to spray colloidal silver in every orifice.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got these cables. They're $1,000, and they align the positive and negativity of the electrons as they flow through the cables. Oh my God.
Also, my understanding of like audiophile stuff too is like at a certain point, like the room actually matters far more than the speaker system. You reach a point
the
where
acoustics
like
of the room and
it's
the,
being like, you know,
you got to put up some matting on the walls
and the
some
shape of
acoustic
the
tiles.
room and all that stuff starts to matter a
Oh
lot
yeah,
more.
there's a reason why concert halls are
It's
the
treat time.
configuration they
Yum,
are in
yum,
churches.
yum, yum.
Yeah.
It's treat time.
It's time.
Kittens, it's treat time.
Yeah, the inert noble gases in the HDMI, guys.
Meow.
Cats.
Okay, kittens, let's do it. Let's start it up. Let's get the betting going, and I think we'll be releasing Erlen right after this.
Yeah, I
Gotta book it.
got some work.
Oh, work? What the hell? Gaming's much more important.
Much more important.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start up the betting. Start the predictions. Who will win? Which cat will cat it up? Okay.
I'm not gonna give anyone tips. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. I mean, even if you don't know, it's probably a safe bet anyway. Okay, kitties. They are starting their bets. Let's see. Somebody's already put on SID 3 and 4. That's the safe one. Your return is not going to be good on that one. But it's the super safe one.
It's the safe.
And it's going to be a 0 return if everyone bets on that one. You win. Here's your money back.
You win nothing.
Yeah, the house doesn't put any into it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it should put something into it.
It
You
should.
think there'd be a little bit of return, but this
why they're
game it's about taking other people's money.
It's why they're
not
the house, man. That's how
Yeah.
it is. The house
Yeah.
wins.
In this case, the house just doesn't lose or win. It's you're betting amongst.
You know who really
yourselves.
wins is the cats who just get
The
freaking
cats
greenies.
always win in
what
this
happens.
game. You guys always win, don't you? I gotta shut the door. Don't bolt for it. Nope. There you go. Good. Good kitties. Are you ready? You got about 30 seconds left, I think. Let's see.
Yep.
44 seconds. Oh, Atari's not covered yet, so there's time for somebody to sneak in a 10 spot on Atari 1+, because there's a huge return on that if you get that one.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
SID 5+, it's on the tail end of the bell curve, but that has happened a couple times. Atari has happened a bunch of times too. No. You don't need to leave right now. The game is about to begin.
This classic cat, they're like, bring me in, and then they're
this
like,
door.
they're like, let me out.
This door. Oh, somebody put a 10 spot on Atari 1+, with 10 seconds left.
Did you see that? Atari was trying to eat the cable, and Sid stopped him.
Oh, good. You know what to do. Good kitty. Okay.
That's
Oh,
great.
submissions are closed. Okay. Are you ready,
Ooh, what are
cats?
these?
We got the treats. Okay, let's get configured here. The camera's on the cats. Got the
cat cam.
Oh, rubs. Oh, rubs. Okay, ready? And go. Who's the first? It's
Atari.
Atari's off to the races, and Sid is close behind. It's 1-1, and this is the slow first treat.
This is right.
There's no inhaling. This is the time Atari needs to take advantage of and get his second one in. Oh, that was Sid. Oh, Sid. Atari, you missed your opportunity. You were so close. It's 2-2. Sid is up 3-2. As expected, Sid pulls ahead early, but Atari can make up because Sid 3-all. Oh, 4-3 for Sid. Sid gets distracted about mid-game usually.
Oh, that was another one.
5-3 for Sid. 5-4 for Sid. Oh, Sid is blazing through today. He's hungry for treats. He's hungry for a win. Oh, no, he's missed. He's got it. 7-4. Wow, we're in the 3-4 range now. Oh, my God. 8-4. 8-5. Oh, my God. What is happening there? It's 9-5. It's game point. As Sid, you're just destroying. Oh, Atari has batted his treat. No, he's got it now. Sid's a bit distracted. And it's over. It is over. It's complete destruction by Sid. Absolute destruction. And Erlen still has not seen an Atari win. Ever.
It's correlation does not imply causation, but at a certain point, the data is pretty high.
This is not financial advice. The percentage is very high, 100%. Atari losses with Erlen here. Erlen, Atari, ooh, both A's.
I'm sorry, buddy. It might be my throwing technique. I honestly have been trying to give him support. I'm here for the underdog, the undercat. Hey, buddy.
Yep, trying, but it just never happens. So, congratulations to those who did Sid 5+. Let's see who is the big winner. This is going to be a pretty big win.
Sid.
I think only one person put it in.
Oh, dude.
Oh, prediction results are... Get out of here.
Get out of here. We don't need to power up. We need to power down.
That's right. Carl G is the big winner. And two more put some money in as well. 6.6 to 1. That's a pretty good win ratio. So,
Carl G, you knew.
You knew.
If you know, you know, and you knew.
You knew to skew it to the other side when Erlen's in the room.
It's a safe bet, man.
Either it slows Atari down or it speeds Sid up. Today it's sped Sid up. Sid, 0 distraction.
Yeah.
Absolute 0. Yeah. 5 whiskers. Me. Oh, Vitoko got 6.6. Carl G. Vitoko. Yeah, I see the one. Don't know who that third person is. There we go. Thrust. I know I will lose, but the odds are just too good. Thrust, if you keep putting a 10 on Atari,
party time for kittens.
one day.
Cats.
Catnip.
Cats.
It's coming through the
Cats.
headphones, that's why. Yeah. Catnip time.
They're like, what?
Wow.
All of the things.
All the things that they've been waiting to give you treats. You haven't been good cats, but you've been cats. You want some of this? Some catnip?
Would you like drugs?
You want some drugs, kitties?
Drugs are bad.
Okay. I think I'll have to use these.
The coasters.
There we go. There's your coasters. We're ready for some catnip. Actually, I have to put these further apart. Because what Sid does, quickly eats his and then rolls over Atari's.
Classic Sid, dude.
Yeah.
Classic Sid.
So you have to feed Sid first, then Atari second, to get any semblance of fairness. Or else Atari doesn't get anything. Thank you, Gamma Dev, for giving these cats catnip. Atari does not deserve it whatsoever. He was being bad. He was chewing on the power cable in the laptop like per usual. He brought down Bernie from the shelf. He couldn't even see him. I think it was Bernie. He was pawing at the Jaguar sign. There we go. This is fair.
And now he's high.
Now he's super high, and now he's mellow and calm. What I should do is prep both of these cats before the show and just like calm them down and give them treats and catnip. At least him.
Yeah.
He's a very bad cat.
The beast. The menace.
Do I have anything planned for the show? I don't think there's too
You
many.
said you had some more news, but I think you probably already covered that. That was probably
that was the
related
opcode release.
Ah, cool.
Of Bob's game Uniwars and also Moon Cresta as well.
A T Public. I don't know what that is. Alan is asking about this.
Ow. Seeking. Oh, can you recommend T Public? Well, it's the people that I use. They, for the most part, they are good. They like this one. This one's T Public. This is great. I only had a tiny bit of problem once with my newest shirt that has the Go Faster stripes, and it has ZPH and the stripes out the side. There's a little bit of offset issue, and there's some white peeking out from the colors. There's not supposed to be white. And my first t-shirt that came was at an angle.
Yeah.
But I just told them and they corrected it. So I'm still good with them. Before we get to that, let's show Alan the Furs. That's pretty cool.
ChatGPT.
Oh, I like the second one. That one's pretty busy. That's got a lot going on. And you have to think about how it's going to appear on a shirt too. I'm guessing the black is going to be transparent. I'm hoping, because otherwise you have a black square.
We just get it on a black shirt.
Yeah, you can force people to have black shirts. You can just uncheck everything. What are you doing, Ken? You gotta go.
Yeah, because some things like
simpler is better usually.
the bold contrast,
Yeah.
might work well on.
So yeah, if you have a transparent, like the black's all transparent, that'll work really great. But there's still going to be a hard edge here and a hard edge here, unless these are just cut off for bleed. Like if they trail off to the sides, that would be better.
It's a good point, yeah, because otherwise it's just you want it to fade.
It's literally a square.
So you kind of want to shrink that and make
like
sure.
this is meant to be a square, but maybe you're going for that. Yeah. Dolly got mad. Yeah, these are all AI. Because the iFi card, iFi Plus card.
I gotta get me an iFi card someday.
This one's cool. This one's cool.
I think that first one's really cool too. I like that
Nothing I want to use.
I think that one's the best.
Ooh, this is simple. It's clean.
Can you print that on anything?
Yeah.
I think like a dark gray or a light gray could be really nice for that pattern.
And if I'm getting a t-shirt of something that I like it subtle. Mm-hmm. I like it's like, I know what it is. People who know what it is know what it is. But people who don't know what it is, they're like, oh, that's cool. I don't know what it is. I like to be subtle with my stuff, with my t-shirts. Like, it's very hard for me to buy a band t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because I go to their concert and it's like, band name.
Look
it's
at
like,
us.
Okay, cool. Yeah. But I like to, like, if you look in my closet, all my band t-shirts, it's like, you'd have no clue what the band is. And it's just really like a cool design for the most part. So the simplicity of this, it's like crosshairs, but it's also got the plus. Yeah, I think I like these colorful logos. Obviously the AI has gone wild in this. I would just like blank that out, and put your own stuff in, like in Photoshop, so that so it's not all like the plus card's fine, but that Atari's all wacky.
Yeah.
It's all crazy wacky. And you also have to be very careful with that logo. You do have to get their permission, so otherwise you get taken down.
Is this one you're selling or just getting printed
That
for
one too.
yourself? Right. I mean, that's the difference.
I think he wants to sell them.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
not
want to
sure.
sell them, then that's a whole
Thomas
other.
Hedge.
That's a whole other layer,
Yeah, that is. So let's see what's happening with coming up shows. We're gonna do an Atari 8-bit show soon. We're gonna be playing Mafia. There's a new 7800 port of Shotgun that's on a bunch of systems, and the developer just put it on the 7800. It is originally a 4-player game, and he hasn't put in the 4-player Quadtari, but it's been suggested to him, so I'm hoping he puts it in. That would be really cool, because then I can include it in like a 4-player day.
Yeah.
There's an After Dark Zombie Harvest competition.
Zombies
are good. That we will be playing in sooner than later, because I think it cuts off pretty soon. On the 17th of December, we're going to be going through all the Lynx Jam 2024 games.
Getting the jam on.
We're going to have a holiday homebrew special on the 24th. We're here for the holidays this year. And then one day off on the 27th.
No show.
No, we're going to no show. Yeah, so not too much planned things here and there.
Things are happening,
so
though.
we'll fill them in as we go. Yeah. But thanks for tuning in today.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun talking to Bob, playing his brand new awesome game.
Try it out. Give it a
Yes.
give it a buy.
Yep.
Give it a shot yourself. Try
Do it on the old school hard setting. And
Yeah,
then,
it's there's a lot of like gameplay to be played with that game. You know, there's a lot of depth because it's a difficult arcade game, and you deserve all of the praise in the world if you can make it past jumping around.
Oh, yeah, the Atari Homebrew Awards are coming up in February. February 22nd, live. Broadcast. Well, we're always live. That's on a Saturday. Yeah, we need some more nomination committee members. I think we've hit our numbers with 7,800, and we're close, or we've hit with 2,600. So we need some more 8-bit, Jaguar, Lynx, Atari ST people to help us narrow down the games from lots of games to 6 games in each category. Thank you for the reminder, Thomas. And I will be reaching out to more people as well, because I've asked all the people that were there last year, that helped out last year, and I say, hey, you want to be doing it again this year? And a lot of the people are doing it, and a lot of people probably haven't even seen it. So I send out a reminder December 1st, so that's coming up, so I'll be reminding them as well. Katz, are you going to be involved? Are you going to dress up for the Atari Homebrew Awards? No, he's not interested. I tried to find somebody local for the ST committee. I'll probably troll the ST forum posts for people who are really active. Ask the developers too. Those are usually my go-to.
Yeah.
Because that's a new category this year, the Atari ST category. So I need to build it up from zero. There's a lot of crossover with the Jaguar. Very similar platforms. So, hey, dude. No.
With the drugs, are supposed to chill you out.
That's right. I'll make you hyper. Come on.
This isn't how it works.
So, thanks for hanging out today,
So much, guys.
everybody. Vitoko, Thrust, Alnifer, Gamma Dev.
The cats are on the loose and they must be stopped.
Oh, the cats.
The
cats.
must be stopped.
They're unleashed.
They're wild. Let's see. Carl G, Ivory Tower Collections, Cafeman 2D. It's Kev. Thank you so much for the cupcakes. We're still making our way through the cupcakes from Retro Game Night. Oh, delicious. Thank you for bringing them. Who else was in the chat today? DMX87, Master KSI, BR Pocock, Copper Mutant. You. Sit in my lap. Be a good cat.
That's sorry.
Copper Mutant. No. Oh, you're bad.
Vitoko, I'm sure we already said, but
I think we did. And everybody else who was lurking.
Thrust. It's Kev. Thanks, everyone.
And so we will be back on Tuesday. Everybody have an awesome, possibly long weekend in the U.S. if you took Friday off.
Yeah.
Strange to put it on a Thursday, and then you have to go back to work the next day.
Some people got Wednesday off as well, and then it's like...
Oh, super long weekend. Right, kitties? Hey, Atari? You're bad. That bad cat was for you.
Bad cat.
And, yeah, thanks, Dan. Psst. Hey, you. Get out of there. And so we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a good time.